Welcome back to Adri's Farmhouse Kitchen. We haven't done a cooking kind of vlog for a while, so I figured today is the day. Because I had so many ideas, I haven't got like a proper plan. It's just the way I am. I always go with the flow and it's always loads of things happening and I'm just on a spot deciding what we're doing. So I figured we need to make some bread. For a while now I am struggling with my sourdough starter. I honestly don't know what the problem is, but it is okay but not brilliant. So I'm not sure if it's I can't say lack of heat because of the argon. This is constant giving out heat, so my kitchen is not cold. I know it's not maybe that hot there in the summer, but never mind. So I have decided on doing a couple of bread projects. We're doing yeasted bread and sourdough bread as well. Also, a kind of craving, now I've milked Juniper for a few times, we got a bit of milk, some rice pudding. Absolutely love rice pudding, and I have found this little cute bag in my inside pantry cabinet, so I thought I'm gonna make rice pudding today. Also, I've picked a few days ago some plum comfort out of the outside pantry because I thought I can do maybe a plum cobbler, but then, being me, I picked up the blue banana winter squash as well, and it's large. Hang on, what's this? That's just water. I thought it was damaged the compote, but no, it's still perfect. So half of the blue banana squash it made us a beautiful curried pumpkin winter squash soup, and the other half I've made. Actually, I'll show you. I've made that yesterday. Pumpkin pie. What actually turned out really nice, and we just had a slice last night as a dessert. But look how cool this is looking. So dessert is kind of been taken care of, but I know the rice pudding, for me it's kind of like a dessert, so we've got a choice. And Al is not so keen on the rice pudding, although we can eat it, but it's not his favorite. And because I love it, whoops, I have decided to make it today. So, right, let's get started. Oh, what else we gonna do? I've also got these sheep's cheese out of the freezer. I don't know what I'm gonna make with those yet. But yesterday I have, remember, taken out some meat. So I took out some minced venison meat. I'm gonna make burger. Perhaps tonight we can make burger and chips. And then I've got some lamb chops, but I'm gonna marinate and bake it in the oven. So that's the plan. It is a lovely day outside, so I will be going out to do some gardening projects as well. I've done the potatoes yesterday. If you haven't watched that vlog, go and have a look if you're interested. I have planted 3 beds of different varieties of potatoes with brassica this year. So with some with kohlrabi, some with different varieties of cabbages. Yeah, I thought it's not gonna be frost, but it was -1 degree Celsius this morning. I think it's gonna be frost every day, every other day. So I need to keep that in mind. It's so cold outside right now. It's just like 5 degrees, still about 9, 10 o'clock. So I go out later. I figured couple of hours I'll do all these kitchen projects, and when the weather picks up, it's gonna be nice and warm, then I'll go outside. So first things first, I am going to turn the scale on, zero it out, and I've just heated up this milk so we can start with our yeasted milk. Let's see how much milk I've got in here. So goat's milk from Juniper. I've got 317 grams of milk in there. So I'm going to put to this, zero this out. That's it. some sugar. I've got organic granulated cane sugar. Let's put about 50 gram, 52, okay. Using the wooden spoon, stir it a bit. And I'm gonna use this organic active dry yeast to go in it, and it is 9 gram. So we're just gonna put it right in there. Let it rehydrate a little bit. I'm gonna put it back on my agar for 20 minutes until it starts to bubble up and fluff up a bit, so we can make a bread. Okay, I think I'm just going to leave this to it. I think I've got about 1.5 cups of that rice, and to this I'm going to add the whole liter of this pasteurized goat's milk, pinch of salt. Let me show you the sweet potato shoot. So what I'm doing, I've just bought this sweet potato from a local farm shop, and I've just put this potato in this mug, filled it with water up to the rim, and I keep putting water every couple of days when I remember. Make sure it's, you know, always filled with water. And just after a few weeks, all about a month now, look, we've got all these lovely shoots. So actually I think I can pinch that one off now, like that. And I'm going to put this in a separate mug in water to encourage the root system to develop in this one, and we can plant this out. So that's how I'm gonna grow our own sweet potatoes. How cool is that? Okay, back to business. So next I'm gonna make a sourdough bread. What I'm going to do, I'm going to sieve through 500 grams of bread flour. Manitoba strong white flour I am using for this. So we just sift through 500, and with the yeasted bread I'm going with half of this bread flour, and then another half the rye that needs to be used up, the organic stone ground flour. So I just found this in my pantry. I figured I need to use that up. And then after we use this up, then we're gonna start experimenting with our milled flour, what we're gonna mill ourselves. And to this 500 grams of sieved flour, I'm gonna add 350 grams of lukewarm water from our borehole, and probably about a teaspoon of salt. Zero this out and aiming for about 350. 360, that'll do. I also need to keep my eye on this milk with the rice in it for the rice pudding. And I am straight now going to add, zero this out, the sourdough starter. aiming for about 100 gram. That's about 100 gram right there. I'm just gonna give it a good mix. At this point we don't need our scale now. And I'm just gonna give this a very good mix. Make sure everything is nicely cooperates and it make a dough. And then I'm gonna switch to my hands and I'm gonna knead this for about a good 5 minutes. I am just going to marinate the lamb chops. I've got 8 lamb chops in here, and a story about these lamb chops that these lambs been grazed on our field in an old house before they got butchered. So wasn't our lambs, but they were grazing on our land, what is awesome. So I'm gonna put in here, I'm going to add half a tin of coconut milk and frozen at the moment, but I'm gonna add 4 cubes of my homemade curry paste. So I can't mix that at the moment because the paste still frozen, but I'm just gonna put the lid back on, and then as soon that defrosts, I'm just gonna give it a very good thorough mix. Okay, I'm not going to put this in a fridge because I want this to defrost, so I just put this on the side. Other thing now what is done is the rice pudding. I'm gonna bake it as well, so I'm gonna do next, I'm just going to use a bit of butter and butter this dish. It is actually salted butter, but I need to order or have a look in the freezer actually, my outside freezer, if you still got any unsalted butter. And what I'm gonna put in here, a little bit of breadcrumbs. This is sourdough breadcrumbs, what we've made not long ago, well, a while ago now actually. So this creates a coating on our sheet, on our tray, so hopefully it won't stick too badly. Okay, I'm just thinking now, oh dear, this was flavored breadcrumbs, friends. So this might gonna taste a bit funny now. I've got to label it. See how important to label things? Never mind, I'm just gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna eat that. So let's have a little taste test. You know what I forgot? Sugar. I'm gonna add to this half a cup of sugar and some vanilla extract, half a teaspoon, a little bit of vanilla powder and some cinnamon. And I'm also thinking to use this coconut milk up as well, might as well. See the way I cook. So that's why I'm struggling to give in out recipes for you. That's why I never see recipes. There's something I would need to be better at. Cinnamon. Oh, this smells gorgeous. This is now cooked, so it won't need too long now. To be baked at maybe another 25 minutes. Next, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add some eggs. So I'm gonna crack about 4 eggs, friends. This tastes amazing already. So I've got 4 eggs in here. I'm just gonna beat this up a little bit. And we're going to fold this. We don't really want to scramble it. So we're gonna go nice and slow and mix it. And I'm gonna serve this with that plum compote, friends. It's gonna be amazing. So just fold this in here nicely like this. And at this point I'm gonna preheat our oven for 160 degrees Celsius. I'm using the electric side of my auger, so that's why it needs preheating. And I'm just going to pour this into our baking dish now. Okay, next job is to deal with this yeasted bread. Our yeast activated lovely. So now we're gonna use, let's measure it out, how much flour I'm putting in there. So try to aim for about half rye, half bread flour. So zero this out. Let's do 200 grams of bread flour for now. Right into this bowl, and we add 200 grams of rye flour. 205. And to this we add 200 grams of rye flour. And let's see how this is gonna turn out. 200 exactly. Okay. And give this a good mix. I just remembered I need to set the alarm for the rice pudding. Now is in the oven. So it's 11:45. Let's 12:05. I think it's gonna be enough. Perfect. I am glad I've remembered that. So our lamb chops marinated. There's only one more thing now I need to do before I can go out to the garden. The baby goats are doing amazing. Actually, just remembered I need to go because I let Juniper out, so make sure I need to let her in now to feed the little ones. Right, it's still a bit wet though, so at this point I'm just gonna add another cup of bread flour. And switch to my hands. Yeah, they're doing so well, Tom and Jerry. And I think I'm gonna do the first garden tour of the year, because I'm nearly filled most of the beds. I can't believe it already. It's only 1st of April. So we do the garden tour next. So the next vlog, if you're interested, is probably gonna be about my new raised bed garden tour. And talk about probably what I'm gonna sow in April. What's the plan? Right, I'm just gonna give this a good mix. After everything nicely cooperates, I'm just going to cover this back with shower cap and leave it to it until this double in size. And hopefully we can make a lovely sandwich bread with this. So wait 15-20 minutes. I'll take the rice pudding out of that oven, and I'm gonna go and check on the baby goats. And then when I come back, then we can just deal with the bread, stretch and fold. Hopefully by the dough will double in size, so we can just put it in a sandwich bread pan. And there's only one more job that I need to do to deal with the venison burger. Okay, this is done, friends. That's good. I need to cover this back up, tidy up the kitchen. I've got 10 more minutes, so I figured I can quickly put this burger up together. So I've got the venison, minced venison, meat in this bowl with 1 egg, and I'm gonna add like a teaspoon of smoked paprika powder, garlic powder, oregano, basil, salt and pepper, with some sourdough breadcrumbs, and I'm just gonna give it a good mix until all the ingredients are nicely combined. And I'm just gonna leave this in this bowl to like kind of marinate a little bit until those flavors come together. I'll leave it in the fridge, and if I decide to do tonight, I can just make the little burger shape and fry it out for us with either mashed potato or chips. It's 10 more minutes, and then we're gonna take the rice pudding out. So all the food, this is now kind of a week worth of food prepped for us. I'll put a little bit more breadcrumbs. This will make an amazing burger. Oh, smells gorgeous. Right, and I'm just going to cover this up with that plastic lid and leave this. I know this can now hold nice shape. You know, when I'm ready to make the burger, we just add a bit more of that breadcrumbs, and then we're just gonna fry it. I've just checked on the goats, all good. So the rice pudding, it's looking good. Let's have a taste test. That is delicious. Right, at this point my curry paste now fully melted. So I've just washed my hands, and I'm just going to give it a very good massage to this lamb chop. It's literally the curry paste we've made together, and the coconut milk. And this tastes divine. Smells divine. Right, I think we good. I'm just gonna go wash my hands again, cover this back up, and this can now go to the fridge. It is lunchtime, and I'm just going to have a little bit of this rice pudding. What I've done, I've put some sauce, the rose hip sauce I've made a couple of weeks ago from the freezer, and the plum compote. Let's try. That is so good. That is yummy. Right, I'll let this cool down completely. Put my beeswax wrap on it, just to wrap it like this, and I can go to the fridge as soon as it cooled down. It is now dinner time. It's 5:30. So I'm ready to make the burgers. What I'm gonna do, I'm probably going to fry all of these burgers, and that would make a dinner for a few days. And I'm going to serve the burger with chips. Salad I made for breakfast is amazing. Alan absolutely loved it. Honey glazed salad dressing. So I think I'm gonna do the same for dinner as well. I'm just having these cheese slices to go with our burger. This is still from the old house. Still haven't used up the leek. So I'm just gonna pick whatever we have in here. I think that's plenty. The rest can go back to the fridge. So what I have got in here, bit of English mustard with some honey mixed real well. I'm gonna use some olive oil, lemon juice and some salt, and that's it. Our bread is looking amazing. This one actually can go to the oven in a minute, so I'm just gonna preheat the oven for 200 degrees Celsius, and the other one, the sourdough, I've already done stretch and fold 3 times today, and this now very soon ready to go to the Venison basket. Taking off the larger stalks, the rest should be okay. You've got all sorts in here: wild garlic, purple sprouting broccoli, some cabbage leaves, red vein sorrel, we've got kale, parsley, that's it I think, and also we've got some Brussels sprout. I'm just cutting now. So this is gonna be a lovely salad with a burger. Homemade burger and chips with fresh salad from the garden. Sounds delicious, right? Today's gone so quick. I don't know where today's time's gone. I did spend a lot of time with our little goat kids. 10 days old already and growing up so fast. So I don't want to miss out on them. Just grab a bowl. Ali's now on its way home. I reckon we're gonna eat in about half an hour. Okay, bit of lemon juice, olive oil, just eyeballing it, salt, and that lovely honey mustard. Give it a good mix. Just leave this in a fridge covered with shower cap until we're ready to eat. So good. To put this bread to the Venison basket. have got a very sticky dough here, so I'm gonna go with a bit more of oil. Flop the both sides and we just go down like that. Pull it towards me. And to the Venison basket, friends. Perfect. Let this rise the rest of the evening, and then I'm gonna put this to the oven, not to the oven, to the fridge, and we make a lovely sourdough bread tomorrow morning. Our yeasted bread, it's very close now to go to the oven. I just would like a little bit higher. I would like to reach the top of this dish, but we're not too far off now. But I reckon another 40 minutes. But our oven is now preheating, so that's good. I might leave this on top of here so it would happen quicker then. Dinner is ready, so I'm just serving, dishing up even. Looking fantastic. Alan is just arrived home, so perfect timing as always. I am now ready to put the bread to the oven as well. No, I'm gonna wait another hour. That can still rise a bit more. Will be even better if I'm gonna be patient. Looks amazing. Wow. Let's try these chips. Very hot. A bit more salt. This is amazing. We're gonna enjoy dinner now, and I'll show you the bread tomorrow. I'm getting ready the dessert. So we're gonna have pumpkin pie. I'm just going to put some cream on the top. And bon appetit. Good morning, friends. It is the next day and I am preparing breakfast. First of all, I've just preheated the oven. I'm using the electric side. I'm experimenting on the electric side of the oven. So I'm baking there a lot. What we're gonna do there, we are going to bake the sourdough bread on that side of the oven. So I am literally just gonna use baking sheet, flip it upside down, take this out of the Venison basket. I usually leave this on the aga until it dries completely before I put the Venison away, and I always reuse the shower cup until it drips literally. So what I'm gonna do now, we are just going to make some cuts like that, very simple, nothing fancy, and this can go to the oven in a minute. I've got the pan with the lid on, the cast iron pan already preheating in the oven, and with a few minutes this can go in there and we have hopefully a lovely sourdough bread. Let me show you the yesterday's bread. Keep it in this little plastic bag. Well, it's not turned out great. Let's cut into this, friends, and see what's inside is like. I think it's gonna be okay, but yeah, it's perfect. It's just not risen enough because I was impatient again, remember? And but this is beautifully cooked, smells divine. I know this is gonna taste amazing. We have used half rye, half bread flour, but it's good. It's not perfect, but it is very good indeed. So I'm just gonna leave this in this plastic bag, and that's it. I'm just making a cup of coffee as well because I've not had my coffee yet. So, and I'm gonna go out, help Al sort out the animals. But we are running low. I buy bacon in bulk from my local farm shop, cook it and freeze it, and then we use it as we need it. So we're down for few now, so that's need to go on my list. Very few things I need to still buy from the shop. And I want to show you how well actually sourdough bread or bread freezes. This been in a freezer since February. I put the date on. And friends, honestly, look how lovely this is. I've made this for my friends another day and Al, and they all thought that it's actually, this is a fresh bread what I've just literally made. So I really like doing it. If I've got a time, I have a big baking day, like a bread or bakery type of stuff, and they all honestly freeze amazing. Let me put this bread to the oven so we get more space in this kitchen island. I'll just literally put that in there and put it back for about 40 minutes with a lid on. And make sure I put the alarm on so I know, because probably by the time that finishes I'll be out with our animals. So these are the fresh, lovely green from our old house actually. The sprouts, all sorts in here. With some celery, chard, red vein sorrel, kale, parsley, fennel. I just want to dig out some of the purple sprouting broccoli, friends. We still got any. I'm going this week down to the old house because it's such a lovely weather-wise or day temperatures. I think this week or this weekend I'm gonna bring the bees up. We are working on it, so we are just getting ready there. Where they're gonna be in here, I will show you. And then I'm gonna go and I still have to water the plants because my plants still in the old house. I've lost a few now. Just so much to do. And we can harvest. Basically, that's what I try to say. I'm always get distracted what I'm gonna say. And harvest some more goods from there, friends. Hopefully, some more purple sprouting broccoli, sorrel, and see what else. And the rest I'm just going to chop up. This is how much leftover of this honey mustard salad we've got. That'll be plenty for this lemon juice or extra virgin olive oil and a bit of salt. Oh, we are going to have turkey eggs today. So fried turkey eggs on sourdough bread, bacon and salad, friends. It is the following day. I'm just gonna summarize all the lovely food what I have done. So this is now a food for a week. What we've already been eating some, like the venison burger. We've only got 2 left. We had 2 meals already. The rice pudding, I really enjoy the rice pudding literally any time of the day. That could make breakfast, lunch or dinner or snack. And I am serving that with our plum compote we've made last year. And we still got plenty to snack on left, so I'm just putting them in these little food containers that can go to the fridge whenever we would like to eat some. The pie, you know, the blue banana winter squash, I've made half of the winter squash, made it into soup. The soup is fantastic. So we're having this as lunch or dinner with the bread we've made, and the other half of the winter squash is made a lovely pumpkin pie. So we still got plenty of desserts, lunches and mains. Talking about mains, tonight probably we're going to have that marinated lamb chops. What smells divine. Remember we put some coconut milk and our homemade curry paste to this. And our yeasted bread, it's turned out brilliant. And the sourdough bread as well. Not perfect, I have made better breads, but it is edible and it is delicious actually. It's just not that perfect. Not that perfection I really was after, but you know, it's still soft, it smells amazing. It just hasn't puffed up how I really wanted to, but well, thank you so much for spending time with me. The next vlog is gonna be about garden tour, the first garden tour of the year. I would like to show you around my raised bed gardening first time in my life. Most of the time, I did have a few raised beds, but most of the time was ground gardening. But yeah, so if you're interested, you are very welcome. But for now, bye friends.